Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, hey guys, doing? Greg's here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back once again, troops, legionnaires, and any new recruits. Today we have the GTKii GTK8 in DC53 tool steel. It's a pretty awesome looking clip point. Let's get to testing. What's everyone's carrying? Well, today I am carrying the Hytron Pathright. I just did a review on this. Go check it out. What are you all carrying today? Veterans, active military, as always, I just want to say thank you very much for your service. Enjoy the video. Let's do the quick specs, then a close-up, and then we will get to testing. So once again, this is the GTKii GTK8 clip point. Overall length 12.4 inch, blade length 6.6 inch, blade material DC53 tool steel. Blade hardness is 59 to 61 HRC. Blade width is 1.8 inch. Blade thickness 6 millimeters. Handle length 5.8 inch. Handle thickness is 0.71 inch. Handle material is a nylon fiberglass. Net weight of the knife is 15.9 ounce. And with the sheath, it's 22.6 ounce. It features a full Tang lanyard hole, a Kydex sheath, and a TekLoc. All right, let's do this close-up. An awesome clip point blade. It's got a nice fuller. It's got some design jimping over here. A little bit of a black and gray camouflage. I know some of you ain't gonna like that, but that's okay. It does have a decent sized sharpening choil that can act as a finger choil, as you could see right there. Right, the 6 millimeters thick, so it should be nice. It does have a decent size handle, and it fits pretty comfortably in the hand. Nicely grooved, removable scales. Let me just do a reverse grip for everybody over here. Okay, feels good in the hand, no matter how you hold it. It's a nice big hunting knife, or it could be a combat knife, or all around outdoor knife, survival knife, you know. I am really, really liking this knife, and I cannot wait to test it out. Now, the one thing about this blade, which I find, you know, a little strange, is that they made this a hollow grind rather than a mid-saber grind. That's okay. You know, I do have a healthy respect for a hollow grind. I don't know if I can get it in the light, but it is a hollow grind. It's not too bad, but we're going to put it to the test, and we're going to see how it works out. So let's check out this sheath real quick. GTKii has some excellent sheaths. Ambidextrous carry over here. Okay, you could swap this around. It is a metal belt clip rather than some kind of a nylon belt loop. I would rather have had a nylon or Kydex belt loop instead of this, but you know, can't be too choosy. For the price, it's pretty good. So yeah, let's pop the knife in. And as you can see, it also has, I forgot to mention, the rivet holes and the slots for third-party options. You know, you could put a pouch over here. It is a nice thick Kydex. Let's just pop the knife in. Now, I did do a pretty good review for a Legion premiere on this knife, so go check that out. But as you could see, that's pretty nice. Let's see if it has much of a rattle. No, not much of a rattle. And pretty sure the retention is pretty good on this. So yeah, man, there you go. That's the sheath. Let's do some chopping. Let's test this out. Okay, so I have a pretty decent size log. It's pretty long, so I have to cut it up. So I'll start right about here. That should be enough. What I'll do first is some chopping, then some batoning. So I did add this lanyard, okay? Let's see how this hollow grind does with the chopping. Handle feels real good. It's got some nice texturing. I know some of you don't like the fiberglass, the nylon fiberglass, but it's working out so far so good. I didn't have to tighten the lanyard. I am going to, but you don't need to. It seems like the handle seems pretty good the way it is. So let's keep going. No need to go too hard on this. I'm letting the blade do the work. Sorry about the background noise, troops. I am getting a pair of wireless microphones. So hopefully, you know, with noise cancellation, it'll be a lot better. You won't hear so much of an echo or anything like that. So, you know, hopefully it comes today, and the next video I do should be a lot quieter. Wow, that's a nice chunk right there. Well, this is an opportunity to take a look at the blade. All right, looks good for the hollow ground. For the hollow grind, I mean. So far, so good. Well, let's keep going, you know? That's a nice chunk. The handle's great, man. I got to tell you. No hot spot over here, like the GTK7. Okay, even though that handle is great, it was a little bit of a hot spot, but no hot spot here. And I tell you the truth, man, I don't think I would need the lanyard, but I kind of do appreciate that I do have one on right now. So we're almost through. Definitely some healthy bites. Let's take a look again. That's looking good. Sorry about that, troops. All right, so that made some quick work. Okay? Awesome. Let me clean this up and we will continue. Knife did a great job. I'm going to process this down a little bit further. Okay, here's where I cut it. And I'm going to process this down a little bit further so we can give you some examples of horizontal and vertical batoning. Okay, so, and just so that everybody can see, still straight even for a hollow ground blade. So that's good. That's good news. So all right, enough chatter. Okay. Look at that. That's pretty deep. Hopefully I can get this out now. Yeah, okay, good. You can see that the blade is sticking in there every time I do some serious hits, and so far so good. All right, we are getting somewhere now. Ooh, that one's, there we go. Good. Let's see. I got to tell you, man, so far up to this point, this DC53 tool steel is doing very well. I have tested out multiple DC53 tool steel knives, and I can't remember any one of them doing a bad job. The only thing about DC53 tool steel is that it's tough to sharpen, okay? You got to learn how to sharpen knives, and DC53 tool steel also. It's just a pain in the butt. So far, so good, man. $80 knife. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm $40 knife, and it's got a coupon code. So far, so good. Let's just keep on going here. I was thinking about either the Sativian or the Effing Grow, but this is even better value, man. Okay, you could see this is hard wood, man. This is definitely hard. It's not soft. So good test, good test. Now remember, this is a channel that tests out knives. I know a lot of you aren't going to do this, and that's fine. But this is a channel that tests out knives. So I'm testing out these awesome budget blades. And, hopefully you guys like them, and then you can go purchase them. Something hard over here is over here. Could be the core, I'm not sure, but I could feel something hard, but still straight the blade. That's good news. So I wanted to see if I pound this little hard area, that it looks good, man. Interesting. Yeah, I know it's going to be another one of them long videos, but if you're doing some research on some knives and you're skeptical, hopefully this will ease your mind, you know? I have to make a baton out of this because this is some hard stuff, man. Looks good, man. Yeah, I got to tell you, you know, it worries me if this blade is going to bend or not. Even if it is DC53 tool steel, you know, but so far so good. Give that a bit of a pounding. Let's see what happens. Let's see together. So far so good, man. Okay. And you can see all the chunks over here. Very nice. And you can see I am hitting the fiberglass handle, and so far so good. So no damage, no cracks. Not bad. A little bit front part area of the blade still looks straight. Okay, look at that. That's in there pretty deep. Let's see. That looks good. Looks good to me. All right, enough playing around here. Let me finish up because I know my videos are long, but you know, you gotta prove a point. Done deal, okay? That still looks straight now. I'll have this in camera, all right? You saw what I did to that blade. There you go. Nice thin curls. Okay, I'm pretty happy, good to go with this. Let's do some batoning horizontal and vertical. All right, let's do an example of some batoning. Hitting that handle for you guys, okay? You can see that it's doing okay. And it's splitting the log. Nice, okay? Nice job. Let me save one for the horizontal stuff. And let's continue on with the vertical here. Once again, hitting that handle. Just wanted to show everybody the handle is pretty tough. It's not a, you know, cheap cheap garbage. Nice piece right there. Let's keep going. Excellent. Let me just pick up that piece. Nice. I just want to process these just a little bit further. How nice that piece is. That'll be good for feather stick. In any case, let's keep going. I gotta tell you, man, I'm loving this hollow grind. So far, so good. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. And you can see, if you find a small log, on the trail or at a campsite, you don't have to do everything that I did. Again, I do this all for testing. Awesome. So let's try some horizontal batoning now. Okay, this is that other half that I used to baton vertically. We're going to do a little bit of horizontal batoning. Just an example, because I think this knife is more than capable. So I'm going to utilize the whole blade. Very nice. Excellent. I just got this other piece of wood because it's dry. It's a lot drier than this one. So we'll use that in an example in a second or two. Again, utilizing the whole blade. Right up to the choil. Let me see if I could do this one more time for everybody. Just put that there for safety. Okay, excellent job. Let me just pick up that other hard piece. I definitely want to try that other hard piece 1 second. Okay, this is one of the other pieces that I did the other day, just for the hell of it. It's not too stable. But it did the job. All right, so with the vertical batoning, I made kindling, and now this is some small logs that you could throw on the fire. I could even process this down further, right? Now, granted, you have to have some form of a platform. Who knows, you might have a log out there that you can do this on your trails, however it is that you want to do it. Doesn't matter to me. Again, I'm testing out the knife. Okay, real nice. Let's move on. I process these down further into some nice feather sticks or kindling, and basically all I did with this was I didn't even have to use the baton. I just used the sharpness of the blade and then the wedge, and the hollow grind makes this a little bit easier. And see, I'm making a little bit smaller pieces here. Nice. Okay, so just an example. Now let's test out the edge retention here. And I am going to utilize that choil a little bit. Sorry about that. Just the lanyard seemed to be in the way. Okay, so that's a nice little example, little demonstration that this edge is still, wow, yeah, that is still pretty sharp. Okay, so actually this is not a bad piece to make a feather stick with, so let's continue with this. Let me see. Trying to get some real thin slices for everybody. I'm trying to angle it, just right so I can get some really thin slices here. Now understand, I'm under no illusion. I know that there's tons of sticks, little branches all over the floor that you just pick up, and you don't even have to do any of this. Again, it's a channel that tests out knives, so. All right, there you go. Okay, check that out. Not bad at all. Actually, you know what I want to do? With the front part of the blade. There you go. Just wanted to test out the front part of the blade for you all. Doing some real nice deep cutting, okay? I think think I proved my point with the edge retention, and it's still pretty good. So let me just try one thing here. Hold on. Nice. All right, cool. Okay, I got a bunch of material over here, possibly for, some camp tasks. So let's start off with this stuff right here. All right, so this is some paracord. Let's utilize some of this. Okay, very easy. A push cut here. So that the wood is a little bit uneven, the platform, so that's why it's not cutting it so nicely, but who cares, man? It's cutting it, it's doing the job, right? So that's done. I have a little bit thicker paracord right here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Nice. Done. Push cut. Let's see a push cut here. Let's try and do a multiple. Done. Synthetic rope. Sorry about that. Okay, easy enough. Beautiful. Good job, good job, good job. Thin rope. Get that out of the way so you guys all see. Nice. Okay, good. Thick rope. Push cut, right? Done. Awesome. Let me just get that the other material, the plastic material, to test. All right, I got a couple of different twist ties over here. Let me just grab one from here. All right. Doubled up. See? Nice. Did the job. This is a little bit heavier, heavy duty, a little bit thicker. Let me just get one of these out. Double up. Easy. Okay. Now I got the real heavy duty stuff. All right, so they're constructing where I am, and they're, you know, bringing in pallets of all kinds of material, and this is one of the things that's on the pallet that's holding it together. And I'm just grabbing it, right? So, nice. Let's test the spine. Spine check. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, this is one of the pieces that I just chopped up, so that's working out good. But to be fair, it's moist, you know, this wood. So I did find a drier piece, which is this one right here. So we'll test it out. However, this kind of makes me feel pretty good that it's, you know, the spine seems to be doing this. All right, so let me try this. Let's try, see if I can get the bark off. Okay, so at least it, you know, took off the bark now. A little bit more effort with the drier piece. The good news is, though, is that it's doing it, you know? It might need a little bit more effort, but it seems to be doing it. Let me just check the choil. Not as good with the choil. However, you could see there's a small little pile. Just let it dry for a few minutes and then, you know, spark it up. Yeah, it's definitely doing it. Again, not as efficient as this other piece, but this is just a little bit more moist than this one. So good. I think we're good. Fatwood. Just move this out of the way, and let's test out this fatwood. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, so I'm in my garage. I'm not going to start a fire here, but I do want to try sparking up that ferro rod. So give me a second. Let me just move that out of the way. And let's see how this works out here. Whoops. Woo. It sparks. That's a good sign. You know what? Let me do it this way. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm not even having to, you know, nice. This is a good knife, troops. $40 knife. I think there's a coupon code. There's nothing wrong with this knife. That edge is straight as an arrow after the beating I gave it. Spine is working. Handle is comfortable. Nothing that got loose on the handle this time around. The fiberglass nylon handles did a good job. You saw me bash them. They looked okay. The hollow grind, no problem. You know, and obviously still sharp for the field. Now look, some of you ask me, you know, long term, how's a knife going to hold up? If you don't bash it the way I've been bashing it, and this goes with any knife, I guarantee you this will last you for a lifetime. Do you know how to sharpen? You got to know how to sharpen, especially out in the field. You're going to have to practice, man. If you own a knife, you got to learn how to sharpen. Me personally, I think this will last you forever. You know, I doubt you're going to be out in the woods bashing these knives on a daily basis. I really do. All right, especially those that tell me, well, you should be using an axe or a saw, or you should be using a knife as a knife. you know, use this normally. This you could pass down to your kids. I mean, if you can't afford the expensive stuff, here you go, man. This is a great option, a great budget option. And there's nothing wrong with this blade. All right, troops. The GTKii, GTK8, man, this is another awesome blade from GTKii. DC53 tool steel. Again, I was skeptical for the type of blade grind this knife has, which is a hollow grind. But man, oh man, did it come through with flying colors. Awesome blade, awesome. Just a great knife, and it did plenty of work. Definitely can handle some camp tasks, survival, whatever. I think you can throw anything at this knife, man. It's that good. I really did enjoy it. I want to thank the reps at GTKii once again for allowing me to test. I can't wait to test the next one. These are some good budget blades at great prices. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, really appreciate you all taking the time to check out my channel and my videos. Once again, let me bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans in active military. Once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So at the end of this video, pause on the slides. There'll be phone numbers you can call, websites that you can surf, and a heartfelt message from one of your own, Martin Miller, Vietnam veteran, 66 to 69. Please seek the help you all have earned and deserve. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, let me know what you think about this knife in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. At the ready, troops, hold the line. Take care.
Legionnaires!